Did you know that 85% of people believe they aren't creative? It's shocking, right? The truth is, creativity isn't just for artists or people with special talent, it's something anyone can tap into. Whether you're solving a problem at work, coming up with a new recipe, or even finding ways to relax, creativity is part of everyone's daily life. But here's the catch. Most of us don't know how to unlock it. You don't need to be an artist to be creative. You just need to know how to shift your mindset and embrace some simple strategies that can ignite your imagination. In this video, we're going to show you how to boost your creativity, whether you're a writer, a teacher, or someone just looking for new ways to think. We'll explore how creativity is a skill, not a gift, how to let go of perfection, and how everyday moments hold the key to your next great idea. Stick around. You'll be surprised at how easy it is to become more creative than you ever thought possible. Chapter 1. Creativity is a muscle, not a talent. Creativity is often seen as something you either have or don't. But what if it's more like a muscle that gets stronger the more you use it? Just like lifting weights, creative thinking improves when you exercise it regularly. Studies show that people who engage in creative activities daily are better at problem solving and adapt faster to new challenges. In fact, the Journal of Creative Behavior found that individuals who regularly practice creative thinking are 30% more likely to come up with innovative solutions to everyday problems. Start small. You don't need to dive into complex projects to get creative. Begin by asking yourself simple, what if, questions. For example, what if I rearrange my room? Or, what if I made breakfast differently today? These small exercises encourage your brain to think outside the box. Soon, you'll begin to notice creative ideas popping up in unexpected places. Another key point is embracing mistakes. People often fear failure, but the truth is that failures are often the best teachers. Thomas Edison, one of the world's most famous inventors, once said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Those failures were part of his creative journey. So, think of mistakes as stepping stones that will ultimately make your creative muscles stronger. And here's a simple trick: keep a creativity journal. Write down your thoughts, ideas, and anything that sparks curiosity. In a 2014 study, researchers found that individuals who kept a journal were 25% more likely to have original ideas than those who didn't. That's because writing down your ideas helps you organize them and spot connections you might otherwise miss. Chapter 2. Breaking free from the perfect prison. Perfectionism can be a creativity killer. Many people hold back from creating because they feel their ideas or work have to be flawless. The fear of not measuring up often keeps them from even starting. But the truth is, perfection doesn't lead to creativity, imperfection does. When you try to make something perfect, you're likely to get stuck in overthinking and self-criticism. Take the example of Pixar, one of the most successful animation studios in the world. The company's co-founder, Ed Catmull, says, "We don't just make mistakes, we make mistakes with enthusiasm." This mentality has been key to Pixar's creativity. They understand that creativity is a messy process, and that's okay. In fact, it's necessary. An important lesson here is to embrace the idea of good enough. Research from the University of California found that people who aimed for perfection took 40% longer to complete tasks and often felt more stressed. When you focus on completing something, rather than making it perfect, you free yourself from the pressure that stifles creativity. The next time you catch yourself aiming for perfection, remind yourself that done is better than perfect. If you've ever spent hours making small tweaks to a project or drawing, only to realize it's not quite what you envisioned, you know exactly what I mean. The key is to create with the intention of finishing, not overthinking the details. This keeps the creative flow going and prevents burnout. Another tip is to set small, achievable goals for yourself. Instead of saying, "I'll write a novel," break it down into smaller tasks like, "I'll write 200 words today." This takes the pressure off and helps you focus on the process instead of the outcome. With consistent effort, you'll surprise yourself with what you can create. Chapter 3. Inspiration hides in the ordinary. Sometimes we think creativity has to come from grand experiences or extraordinary moments. But in reality, the most profound creative sparks often come from the most mundane activities. Inspiration can be found in your everyday life if you know where to look. In fact, a study published in the Creativity Research Journal found that people were 50% more likely to come up with creative ideas when they took walks or engaged in simple, routine tasks. Look around you right now. The book on your shelf, the coffee mug on your desk, even the pattern in your carpet, all of these things hold creative potential. Take a few moments to really observe your surroundings. What do you notice that you've never paid attention to before? When you slow down and tune into the present moment, creativity often arrives like an unexpected guest. Have you ever noticed how ideas seem to pop up when you're in the shower or on a quiet walk? It's no coincidence. These simple activities allow your mind to wander freely, and that's when the magic happens. According to neuroscientists, these relaxed moments allow your brain to process information in new ways, which leads to creative breakthroughs. A great way to practice this is through a concept called mindful observation. Whether you're at the grocery store or waiting in line, take a moment to observe something without judgment. It could be the colors of the fruits and vegetables or the rhythm of people walking by. Simply noticing details can trigger a wave of creative thinking. And remember, not every creative idea has to be groundbreaking. Small, seemingly insignificant observations can lead to great things. One of the world's most famous inventors, Alexander Graham Bell, once said, "The most successful men in the end are those whose success is the result of steady accretion." Creativity is like that too. It's the small moments of inspiration that accumulate into something significant. If you're finding this helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more tips on unlocking your creativity. We've got more strategies coming up in the next chapters. Chapter 4. The Power of Play. Why fun fuels innovation. If you're struggling to get creative, it's time to rethink how you approach the process. One of the most powerful tools for sparking creativity is play. Play isn't just for children, it's a tool that successful innovators and entrepreneurs swear by. In fact, research shows that play can lead to more innovative thinking and problem solving. A study conducted at the University of California found that people who engage in playful activities are 25% more likely to come up with original ideas. When we play, we let go of the rules and judgments that typically limit our thinking. That's why games, improvisation, and playful challenges are excellent tools for unlocking creativity. Take the example of Lego. This iconic toy company encourages its employees to engage in creative play, often using the building blocks to develop new products and ideas. The result? Some of their most innovative projects have been born from these playful exercises. The idea of play doesn't have to mean literally playing a game. It can be as simple as giving yourself permission to experiment. Instead of focusing on the end result, let yourself enjoy the process. Albert Einstein once said, "Creativity is intelligence having fun." It's all about breaking free from the pressure of making something perfect and embracing the joy of discovery. If you want to bring play into your creative routine, try something new every day. This could be as easy as trying a new hobby or challenging yourself to think in unconventional ways. A study by the University of Minnesota found that people who engaged in activities like drawing, cooking, or playing music on a whim reported feeling more creative and fulfilled. The key is to make creativity feel fun and enjoyable, not like a daunting task. Try this. Set aside a time during your day when you're free to explore and experiment. Let your mind wander, doodle, or brainstorm with no specific goal in mind. This kind of free-flowing play helps you tap into fresh ideas that might never emerge when you're feeling pressured or stressed. Chapter 5. Your Inner Child. The key to unfiltered creativity. One of the most underrated sources of creativity lies within you, your inner child. Children approach the world with curiosity, imagination, and fearlessness, qualities that many adults lose over time. But the truth is, we can all reconnect with that childlike wonder and use it to fuel our creativity. Studies show that people who embrace their inner child tend to have more spontaneous and innovative ideas. Think back to your childhood. Remember when you could spend hours drawing, building forts, or just letting your imagination run wild? That's the kind of uninhibited creativity we often lose as we get older. But you don't have to give up on that side of yourself. In fact, encouraging this playful, curious mindset can unlock a flood of new ideas. A great example of this is how many successful entrepreneurs use childlike thinking to innovate. Richard Branson, the founder of Virgin Group, has said, "I try to approach life with the curiosity and imagination of a child." This open-minded approach to challenges is what has helped Branson create some of the most iconic companies in the world. It's all about asking, "What if?" and being open to possibilities, no matter how silly they may seem. To tap into this mindset, try engaging in activities that remind you of your childhood, things like drawing, playing, or simply daydreaming. A study from the University of California found that people who engaged in playful thinking had 30% more creative ideas than those who stayed focused on practical tasks. Releasing yourself from the pressure of being productive can help your creative juices flow. Another way to reconnect with your inner child is by practicing curiosity. Instead of going through the motions, ask questions and explore the world around you like a child would. When was the last time you stopped to really look at something you pass by every day? Take a moment to look at the world with fresh eyes and see what new ideas emerge. Let your imagination run wild and see where it takes you. Enjoying the tips so far? Subscribe now to get notified about our next creativity hacks and much more. Chapter 6. The 5-minute creativity hack. You don't always need hours of free time to get creative. Sometimes, just 5 minutes is enough to spark your imagination and generate fresh ideas. The key is to break through the initial barrier of, "I don't have enough time." It turns out that short bursts of focused creativity can be incredibly effective. Research published in the Creativity Research Journal found that people who spent just 5 minutes brainstorming with no specific outcome in mind were 20% more likely to come up with innovative solutions than those who spent longer periods of time on a task. This is because quick, focused sessions prevent overthinking and allow you to tap into your subconscious creative thoughts. So how can you use this to your advantage? Start by setting a timer for 5 minutes and just dive into a creative activity. This could be brainstorming ideas for a project, doodling, or even writing down your thoughts. The goal is to get started without worrying about perfection. Once you're in the flow, you'll often find that 5 minutes can stretch into much longer periods of time. Another simple trick is to make a list of ideas. It can be anything from random thoughts to goals or solutions to problems you're facing. Writing down these ideas, even if they seem far-fetched, can unlock new creative pathways. A study at the University of Illinois found that people who made lists were able to generate 40% more creative ideas than those who simply thought about the problem in their heads. If you're feeling stuck, take a break and try this 5-minute hack. Whether it's a quick brainstorming session, a short walk, or a few minutes of free writing, allowing yourself a brief burst of creative activity can often lead to surprising results. The trick is to focus your energy in a concentrated way and give your mind the freedom to wander. In conclusion, creativity doesn't require hours of uninterrupted time, a perfect setting, or any special talent. By embracing play, reconnecting with your inner child, and taking advantage of short bursts of creativity, you can unlock your full creative potential. The next time you're stuck, remember that even 5 minutes of creative effort can go a long way in helping you think outside the box. Creativity is waiting for you, it's just a matter of giving yourself permission to let it flow.